Well, welcome back for the final match of the day, our last junior state title, the battle between North and South. The Northern Beaches Renegades, the Northern Conference winners in Dubbo last week, and a couple of weeks ago it was the Parramatta Eels for the Southern Conference, and Jason Stanton, after two classic encounters in the first two matches where they could barely be separated in either game, we now have our decider.
Yeah, this one is for all the marbles, James, and it's gone right on script. Parramatta the first one, Renegades the second, little bit of controversy there in game two, and now we're all set up for a cracker, James.
Should be a good one as the Northern Beaches Renegades have first use of the ball, but Berryman Duff has left it behind just as they were looking to launch a raid. And if you are just joining us for the first time today, one, you've missed out on some great action so far, but two, how it all works. We have 25-minute matches. The two sides will change ends when a try is scored. No halftime break, and the first try is a crucial one. It's worth 3 points. Every other try thereafter worth just the two. Here come Parramatta now with the final play, unable to squeeze through them, and that will be the change over there, Jason Stanton.
Yeah, very good start from both teams. The intensity is a lot higher already, we've seen in 1 and 2, especially on their drives and the way the D's getting up and meeting, like you can see here from Abatuma. So this is both teams are really on here. We're going to see a good one.
Rawali makes the touch as the Renegades come up over halfway. Baum is out there now. That's very good to see. Charlie Boyle, he's back here. He's had a little tape applied to that left hamstring. It was causing him a few issues at the end of that second match. I saw him in between games too, and he was limping around quite severely. So we'll keep an eye on him as Parramatta work it away from their own end.
Yeah, you can see pretty early that the Renegades are trying to meet him here in the midfield, James, and this is both teams would have picked up on what happened in game 1 and 2. It's no surprise to see that they both want to control the midfield, and the first real opportunity is going to go Parramatta's way here with a repeat set.
So here come the Eels now with Grosvenor charging forward, and now play this one about 10 metres away from the opposition try line. Early in the set, middle of the field. Roll ball here from Crowley. They wrap around with Rawali. No opening there. So back to the 7 they come. Just asking a few questions at the moment, the Eels. Rawali hops around to the open side. Now slow things down here with Grosvenor. Grosvenor to Crowley. Quick strike dump. Here they come now looking to launch the raid. That ball's gone well forward for mine. And yes, referees are on the spot. There is the turnover, but we can see nice and early here, Jason Stanton, what the idea is from the Eels, and that's suck them in and then fire it long.
Yeah, I didn't mind that so much from the Parramatta Eels on that occasion. They did try a direct play at the offside, didn't quite work, then they've gone long, and equally good defence from the defence from the Renegades. I really like the way the Renegades have got out of the blocks here, especially through the midfield. They're really running. I like it.
So here comes Berryman Duff holding the ball in two hands, just asking a few questions of the defence. And also Berryman is out there as well. Last play now. Here comes Berryman floating the pass. I think they're going to call that one back. Yes, they will. Forward pass it is from Berryman. So they've been on the spot to start this one, the referees, and both sides just trading a few blows but not landing any punches.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the referees as well, you know, particularly the way game 2 ended there, where a bit of a scuffle and, you know, bit of argument between the players and all that. But the referees have come out. They're on. They're keeping them apart. Good to see such a fast start to this game 3.
And Maroon is out there now for the first time for the Eels. He picks up the ball from acting half now. He's the one to watch. Very dangerous customer, but he won't get a chance to do much in this set. So Berryman works it away, and now through Berryman Duff. The Renegades driving towards that sub-box, looking to get a smooth transition. They pop the pass and keep rolling on as Deacon Cameron goes for a roll himself. Oh, we love seeing a referee fall over. Get in there, son. Here come the Renegades now with Baum.
You love that, Preston.
I do love that a lot. Monaghan is out there too, out wide now for the Renegades. Boyle down to Baum. Baum floats the pass. I think that one's gone forward too. It won't matter because they didn't reel it in.
Yeah, it's. I think we've seen 3 passes there probably gone forward. I don't know whether they need to be forward, James. I'd like to see the players maybe steady themselves a bit and really get the pass going backwards, because I think they have got the defence in trouble, but they're rushing a little bit. And now first real opportunity for Renegades. Fresh set.
Yeah, a touch pass there, ordered against Maroon. He was trying to get away from the defenders and delay his pass as long as possible, but got it wrong on that occasion. So now a full set, as you mentioned, Jason Stanton in good field position here. for the Northern Beaches Renegades. Berryman Duff supplies a pass. The biggest goose step of all time pops out. Almost laid an egg off the back of it.
Yeah, not bad. That was quite lateral there, which was nice. Now you'd expect the Berrymans to do something a bit direct, running into the line to complement the way that they did that sweep in lateral play. Let's see what they do here with the direct bump and run here to Berryman.
Oh, Davies passed a ball to Baum, who wasn't expecting it. He did enough to reel it in, but they won't get the strike dump here now. So last play, and it's a static one to begin with. Davies to Berryman Duff. Not much happening here, except for a stomping of the hat, and Berryman can't go anywhere, so we can just see how much that's unravelled, not getting the strike dump on that second last play.
Yeah, not the best finish there for Renegades. I wonder if we see any second phase attack. We didn't see any of that in game 1 and 2. I wonder if any of the senior players or the coaches have actually caught on to that. That's where we see a play run, and then instead of the long ball or the dive, we recycle and dump again. I wonder if we see any of that here in game 3.
So Monaghan plays it, rolled away now from Davies as they head back toward the middle with Berryman Duff. Berryman Duff, a slow but decisive approach here, just encroaching ever so slightly on that try line. Berryman Duff now drops it at the 7. Berryman back through the middle. I think they did enough to get the touch. Yeah, good stuff from Tachi.
Yeah, Daniel Tachi, really impressive in game 2. He gained confidence. He's getting better the longer we go. Is there a game 4? Daniel Tachi might be man of the match if it's an extra game. He's getting better with every game.
Might have sold him short. He could still be the man of the match for this one, thanks to Guzman and Gomez, but there's a long way to go before that happens. Still around about 19 minutes. Great roll ball there, working at pace, and they still managed to get it right on the spot as Guyan follows up here, and that one is very close to forward to Rawali. But Parramatta working upfield nicely here. They keep promoting the footy through Grosvenor. Grosvenor now drops it off on the last. Here they go, putting on the afterburners nearly all the way through. But Charlie Boyle, great work from the link, closed it down.
Yeah, great to see that from Boyle. And great to see Renegades really taking it to Parramatta through this middle. This has turned into a real grind already with both teams very proactive in defence, and that's why if I was in either sub box at the moment, I'd be looking for that second phase play to break open this grand final.
It's a long time without a try so far. 7 minutes here. 18 to go as they pop a pass here. The intercept is on for Parramatta. It's a foot race now. Away they go through Wickham. Wickham can't outlast them. Baum puts down the toe and he manages to reel him in. So they'll wait for the reinforcements to arrive. And geez, he showed some good toe there, Baum.
Yeah, Wickham plucked it out of the air and then we're off to the races, but great chase from the Renegades. Really like what I'm seeing here.
So Rawali pulls up on his run, nowhere to go, sets it back towards the middle. Rawali wrapping around at pace now. There's 2 of them on the spot. Both of them made the touch, so no try coming for Rawali. Still a couple of plays left here, though, for the Parramatta Eels. Slowing it down now through Gray, and they pop it wider still.
Luke Maroon here, winger.
Maroon
pops
the
link.
pass. Rawali's there. They got it completely wrong in defence. The Renegades. Maroon summed it up beautifully. Try time for Rawali and Parramatta. They strike first, 3 points to 0.
Luke Maroon outsmarted everybody, including myself there, James. I called winger. I thought that's where it was on. The Renegades thought winger. I think some of the Parramatta players thought it was winger, but Luke Maroon said, no, not just yet, everybody. Link, try. 3-0 to the Eels.
It's a very important try, that first one. Now they're going to have to work doubly hard here, the Northern Beaches Renegades. Every try from this point onwards only worth the 2, of course. So Davey touches it. And now Berryman Duff comes forward. Touch is made there from Tachi. Slumming it down is Berryman. Berryman Duff back to Berryman. Berryman has a crack himself. He got to ground very quickly. I think he's got there, Jason Stanton. The referees are just conferring. They're not 100% convinced. And they'll say they did get a touch in time, but they weren't 100% onside. Interesting call.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard without having the referees mic'd up to see what are the comms there, but maybe Renegades a fraction unlucky. Berryman looked to have that down, and they're back for the penalty. So, but they get another shot here, the Renegades, to see what they can do now.
Berryman popping it back to Berryman. Duff plays it inside the 7. Quick hands here. They've stripped them for numbers. Out wide they go, and they get it to ground in time. This time they can't take it off them. The Renegades go in for their first try. Guyan isn't happy about it, but 3-2 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Guyan quite animated there. And look, there was a couple 50-50s there both ways. Could have gone either way. I wouldn't be too focused too much on it. I think either way, I think the previous one could have been a try. I think that was a fair result. Renegades deserve that. They're well and truly in this game. Great to see a bit of second phase there too. Right on cue.
So we really do have a ball game here for us. It's a decider. It's definitely got the feeling of it. And the scoreboard tells you that these two sides are very evenly matched. Rawali plays it. Now it pops a pass here for Maroon. Now, was that backwards? It was a line ball, but I think Maroon's got it right. Yes, he has. What a pass once more. Luke Maroon is carving them up.
Yeah, and one of the things that was really classy that we've seen there from Maroon, he's been a bit of a standout, I think, throughout the day, is it wasn't just his speed. He's very fast. He's got good feet. On that occasion, it's just nice composure, put it out in front of the link. Very clever. Maroon's braining them for the moment. Renegades are going to have to try and find an answer to him. Otherwise, the State Cup is going to be heading down the M4.
Well, I have a feeling that answer might well have something to do with these two Berryman boys out there. Berryman Duff and Tylan Berryman himself. They're both out there once again, along with Flynn. Flynn now drops it down. Berryman just didn't quite get the run right there. It was a little delayed. He had to stop. And that just gave the Eels enough time to recalibrate in defence.
Yeah, we're only about 10, 11 minutes in. I'd like to see Tylan there maybe a little bit more selfish, like run a play for himself and really get Parramatta thinking about him. That's a bit of an alternate play that I'd probably like to see later in the game. So I think Tylan's got a bit up his sleeve here. I'd really like to see him explode here in this one.
So Eels moving it quickly from right to left all the way to their subs box. And they get those fresh players out there nice and sharp. And off the back of it, good offensive pressure. The Renegades couldn't get back in time. They've got another set to work with.
Yeah, I think so. And look, one of the things that I will say about these referees, we can hear them calling the players off, and we're a good 30 metres away. So really good comms from these three. And I think the players really appreciate that and they pick up on it. So really good stuff. Hopefully they can keep it coming.
Here come the Eels, though, looking to add more pain there. Now, I think Davies was offside. Flynn wasn't, though. He's the one who made the touch. So there we go. So they do get the penalty. Good call from the refs. Yeah,
nice save there from Flynn on the inside. Let's see what Parramatta can muster up. A fresh 6 touches.
So the Eels up 5-2. And once again, in a great position to pile on the pressure here. Midway through this match, they keep cycling the footy. Gray is out there. He hops in at acting half. Gray to Rawali. Threatened to link back up with Gray. And Rawali suggesting there was no touch from Berryman Duff. And Berryman Duff, I think, agrees. And eventually they are going to call a penalty here in favour of the Eels.
Yeah, I think Berryman Duff a little bit unlucky there. I don't think he even called the touch. He was saying no the whole time, but a bit of misunderstanding. And I think that's the second penalty. So the pressure well and truly on the Renegades. They're going to have to respond.
Here is Maroon operating that link position at the moment. They turn it back to him. Berryman comes up to make the touch. Maroon threatening to go long. In the end, just opts for the dummy and gives a changeover, but not the worst end of the set there for the Eels. They still asked enough questions throughout the set itself.
I think so, and that was a very clever play there from Tylan Berryman. He saw that Luke Maroon's the danger man, took the time off him, rushed him, got the turnover. Very clever play there, Tylan Berryman, showing he can play both ends of the field, James.
Well, here is Baum coming forward. And you mentioned he can play both ends. It certainly was the case for the Northern Conference Grand Final, where he made a try-saving touch right at the death and then also set up the winning try as Baum comes in to the backfield here, but they just can't connect on the pass. Charlie Boyle once again has gone down. Geez, he's been in the wars today.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. 3 games in tight succession, but Oliver Baum, the number 7, hopefully I'm saying that right, he'd have to be the best scooper on the field, wouldn't he? He's just his presence when he's scooping at flat speed to be able to look for the pass or go through. It's just amazing talent we're seeing here.
He's a terrific ruck player. He certainly does drive up the field very quickly. He's also pretty heavy-handed in defence, though. It's not called on this occasion. Instead, offside is the call, but we have seen that Baum often treads that fine line between forceful touch and just good contact.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough as well because the game's picked up in speed and it's so fast. You're trying to get in front. You're trying to make good touches. I wouldn't be worried too much about it. You get the odd bit of contact, but Parramatta been 5-2 now. If they get the next try, it's going to be a really long way home for the Renegades. They've got to stick with them.
Off the back of that touch, though, from Baum, he was 4 subs, so a little bit of argy-bargy indeed was the case, but also the Parramatta player. They're having none of a repeat of Game 2, where there was a bit of, as you say, controversy toward the death of it. Here's Gray. Gray sneaks all the way through, looking for an opening, pops the pass, and there they are, mid-flight. I think they've got this one, the Parramatta Eels. It's Darby Crowley who goes in for their third, 7-2, and now this looks a little bit difficult for the Renegades.
Absolute superb finish there from Parramatta, and I love seeing the variety. Rawali's been, quite direct with a few dive overs. That time he ran the sweeper as a decoy. They dummied it, Rawali went the other way. Very clever play from Parramatta. They brained him then. It's still got 10 minutes, but long way home now for the Renegades.
Long way home indeed. They need to score 3 times to put themselves in front. It's a tall order. And I'll also say they can probably only afford to concede 1 try at most, and it certainly can't be the next one. So Flynn drops it down. Berryman plays short. Berryman Duff. They're looking for the wraparound and the strike dump. They get both. They promote the footy quickly. It was building for them. They just couldn't collect it right at the death.
Yeah, it was a little bit unlucky, but, again, with the Renegades, I'd like to see them maybe play to their strength first and then do the alternate play second. So what I mean by that is I'd love to see Thailand sort of diving for the line, running some of the plays we saw there before with...
hold on for a moment, because here comes Maroon getting all the way across the field. Are they going to call that forward? Surely not. They have called it forward. Now, that was directly in my eye line. I thought he got that just right there, Luke Maroon.
Well, I'm going to back you, James, because that pass was right in front of you. You think you could have reached out and caught it yourself.
Nonetheless, our referees have done a good job so far throughout the day as Flynn does some great footwork here. They had to play that to there, Liam Bissett.
Yeah, nice save there, yeah. So what I was saying is I'd like to see Renegades run their go-to plays with the 2 Berrymans here. Straight at them, like this. This is what I want to see more of. Really try and hurt them first before you go with the alternate plays.
So Berryman Duff, quick hands once more. They crab across field and slide well in defence. Guyan has had a big match in defence throughout this game so far. As Berryman slows it down.
Tomoko had him there, but what a read from Abituma out wide to save that one. Some of the wingers, like Bissett, Abituma, we don't talk about them a lot, but they're saving lots of tries on both teams. Both sides' wingers have been great.
Certainly are, and of course Bissett is a name that comes to mind from the Senior State Cup. I think there might even be a relation there with, I think it's Dylan Bissett from memory. Made some great reads in the final of that particular tournament.
There's certainly no shortage of speed when you have the surname Bissett. And here comes Rawali cruising on. They're looking for the knockout blow here.
Rawali drops it back, receives it once again, gets to ground quickly. I think they've done a good job to stop that, though. It's Nash Ritchie, who got very low despite being a very tall man.
Yeah, great save by the Renegades. They've just got to hold him out here. They need a big set, marching down the field and get the next try, get himself back in this one. They've been great all day. Now they're going to have to dig down and find something extra.
Smart play too from Rawali with that long ball, making sure they kill the play well away from the sub-box of the Northern Beaches Renegades. So time really a factor now. 7 minutes on the clock as they head upfield and still trying to work towards their sub-box. It's a very good defensive set so far from Parramatta, jamming in hard and not giving them easy meters, that's for sure. No support there for Davies. He turns away from the open side of the field. Now they can reset things just a little bit. Sergi is out there, hasn't seen too much ball so far. And now Berryman on the last. Berryman with the dancing feet. Tried to find Boyle. And again, just too much pressure from the Eels in defence.
Yeah, the Eels have got one hand on the cup here. They're strong. You can hear their box getting a little bit louder now. And look, one of the things that's interesting that I want to highlight is just the way the momentum swings. Like we had game 1 where Parramatta were dominant for half the game. Renegades came back really strong, almost stole it, carried the momentum into game 2. And then late in game 2, you mentioned about Parramatta getting a couple late ones. They've now carried that momentum into game 3. So that's something interesting to sort of pick up on.
They've sort of coached on the fly as well throughout the day, making sure the necessary adjustments are put in place as Maroon earns his side another set here. So they didn't step up to that 7 metre mark. And there's certainly some complaints from Charlie Boyle and co saying, well, that's exactly what they did in their end.
Yeah, it's a little bit of frustration there. And the game's end-to-end stuff. You just got to try and control what you can. But yeah, it's normal. Normal for the players to get a little bit frustrated when you got a game as big as this with so much on the line.
Big dummy comes in. Maroon is still there. Sergi makes the touch. Back to the 7. Is this a second penalty? It is indeed. So they've got to be careful here now, the Renegades. One more and they'll have a man less.
Yeah, and with three tries to one, this is where Parramatta will be looking to ice this grand final, use up the whole set, maybe even get a penalty, a third one in a row, a player in the bin. This is where Parramatta want to really control it.
They're doing a good job of that right now. Gray's an option out wide, but wider still they go. Crabbing across field to shut things down there. I think that might have been Fodu Moala out there. In fact, no, it's Taj Thompson in the 11. They've had a late jersey change. As Boyle goes for a run himself, heads towards the sideline. Heavy touch, but not forceful. Oh, geez, they nearly came away with a 4-pass. Just delayed it, thankfully, for the Renegades. Up over halfway now. Baum is back out there. They need their big guns on deck. Where is Berryman? He's there too. He's one further to the left. Flynn picks it up, looking for Berryman. Pops a pass, which is really a poor option. No one was calling for it. And that is a pass thrown at hope and nothing else, Jason Stanton.
Yeah, it's a little bit, maybe getting a little bit desperate, but they've been so strong. And, you know, a bit of a shout out to Coach Nathan Wong and Harry Berryman for Renegades. They've put together an absolute outstanding group of young men here who won the North. Have came a little bit hard, maybe backing up again. Parramatta would have done their homework on them. And they're just a little bit off, maybe a fraction off in this game 3. And two great teams. If you're a fraction off, the other team will make you pay.
Very true, but they might not still be done with yet. If they can score a try here, it'll become very interesting. Berryman Duff goes wide. They get the quick turn. They try and get to ground, and they are going to award that. So it's a beautiful piece of work there on the wing from Taj Thompson, who had no room to work in. Yeah,
that was really good to see, and almost the against the run of play, a bit of a non-event. They just they've been running, sweeping towards this side or the bottom of your screen, and just a bit of a change-up play. Maybe caught Parramatta a bit of a lapse in concentration. So Parramatta will really want to complete this whole set and not invite Renegades back, because if you invite them back in, they made Central Coast pay a couple of weeks back.
They certainly are good enough. They've got enough exponents with the ball that they can make you pay pretty quickly. Baum comes in to make the touch as Maroon hits the deck. Back to the 7-metre mark they come. 3 minutes on the clock. If they can score next to the Renegades, we have a grandstand finish. Parramatta could pretty much ice it with a try here. Long ball for mine. It's gone forward, though. They're not even going to consider that, the referees. Good call.
Yeah, that was another 50-50. Probably Parramatta a bit unlucky there. That didn't look too bad out of the hand from Maroon, but Renegades now. This is their last
crack at it. They go through Monahan. Monahan's got some speed on him. Monahan nearly away from all of them, but Guyan is very quick. They'll play it quickly too, though. They want to take advantage of that retreating defensive line. Flynn to Berryman. Berryman now receives it back once more. So they're in good field position. They're looking to work for the penalty here. They've got to keep stepping up the Parramatta side. Berryman supplies for Baum. Baum has a crack himself. He got to ground very quickly. They're claiming the touch, and the referees agree. 2 on the clock, 2 plays in the set.
Yeah, this is the last roll of the dice.
Here they go now. Berryman Duff off the right foot. Pops a pass. Here they are. Baum this time. I don't think they've made a mistake. No, they have called the touch. One more now for the Renegades. They're just hanging on here, the Eels. They don't want to see a grandstand finish, that's for sure. Baum threatens to link up. Berryman is there. The big goose egg comes out. He pops it for Berryman Duff. They keep changing the angle. Once more they do it. Berryman at pace. Berryman Duff floats the pass. Flynn, it doesn't find its intended target. Parramatta have won it.
I think so. Very lucky that it was the holdout that set. Renegades could have easily put a try on or maybe even a penalty or so, but Parramatta, they just hung in there. They've probably been a little bit smarter in this one, James, and they're only a minute away from being the state champions.
It's a big minute here for Parramatta. They can try and savour it, or they can do that. They've turned it over, and so it's not quite safe just yet. They'll get another crack here, the Renegades. The clock will likely beat them. It'd take some sort of brain explosion of miracle proportions if they were to score and then Parramatta somehow turn it over thereafter. But at the moment, 50 seconds is what is on the clock, and they need a result right now, the Renegades. That smart play from Parramatta, a bit of gamesmanship coming into it. They didn't need to make the play, but it just means more time is wasted. Berryman Duff to Berryman, quick hands. Flynn, nowhere to go. They jam in from the wing. Once again, a good read from Abu Tuma.
Yeah, some nice reads out there, but these two Berryman boys, we've got Luke Maroon, Warali. We've just seen the next greats in the game coming through, aren't we? So exciting. If this is what we've got in store for us in the future, I can't wait. That's down as well.
Well, Berryman is adamant he's got it to ground without a touch being made. And they won't call it. Instead, they'll get another set. So well and truly, Parramatta have the title. 10 seconds on the clock. All they can conjure up is a consolation try now. Last play here for them. Berryman Duff, cut out pass. Monahan is on the spot. Touch is made. And Parramatta, they go off as the siren does. The junior state title lies with the Eels.
Absolute incredible game. Two incredibly outstanding teams. Shout out to Josh Phillips and Ricky and all the crew there at Parramatta. I think they were a fraction smarter in this last one. Renegades probably ran out of legs, but what a game. And how many young stars have we got coming through, James?
There are so many good exponents of the footy in this particular grade, and we've seen plenty of them in this particular match. The likes of Tylan Berryman, Tomoko Berryman Duff, and of course for the Eels, Luke Maroon. How can we go past him? And can I ask you this question? Can we go past him for the Guzman and Gomez player of the match, or has he done enough for you, Jason Stanton?
No, I think Luke's done enough to be our man of the match. I think both Berrymans, Baum, there was Rawali, there was Daniel Tashi, there were lots of names there, Boutros, lots of players I felt really brought a big game three. But I think Luke, not just in game three, but overall today, I think Luke's probably maybe him and Tylan are the two that are really jumped out as they're going to be future stars of our game.
Certainly are. But that wraps us up here at Tempe. The Canterbury Velodrome, a great venue for a great day of action. The Northern Beaches unable to mount the comeback despite getting game two. The Parramatta Eels clinch the state title. And on this occasion, the South rules. That's all for us here at New South Wales Touch Football. Hope you enjoyed all the coverage from the action today. From myself, James Preston, all of our commentary partners, Jason Stanton, Gab Rose, Nathan Loveday, Deacon Cameron, everyone else who's come in the box. We appreciate your support and your efforts today. And, of course, we can't not thank our terrific sponsors who make all this possible. ISC Apparel, Budgie Smuggler and Guzman and Gomez. Have yourself a wonderful Sunday. And we'll have more brilliant touch footy action coming your way shortly.